Welcome to Belgro's Funeral Home, where we celebrate life's precious moments. From the moment you enter our doors, you're met with kindness and care. Our reception area is designed to be more than just a waiting room. It is a place of calm, thoughtfully created to ease the weight of grief. In our private conference room, conversations are guided by empathy. Here, our client experience coordinators sit beside you, not just across the table to help plan a service that truly reflects your loved one's story. Whether it's a traditional farewell or a personalized celebration of life, we take time to understand your wishes and offer thoughtful guidance. At the heart of our organization is a dedicated manager who ensures that everything runs smoothly, from the smallest detail to the final farewell.
Eventful.
We understand that choosing a casket or a coffin is a deeply personal decision. In our selection room, we provide a calm, respectful environment where families can take their time and explore options. Options that reflect their loved one's life, beliefs, and preference. Our spacious chapel is where memories are honored and lives are celebrated, designed with serenity and warmth. It provides a welcoming space for families and friends to come together in reflection and remembrance. For families choosing cremation, we offer on-site professional cremation services in a setting that upholds dignity, peace, and confidentiality. Our crematorium offers a seamless and respectful alternative to traditional burial, giving families flexibility while maintaining the highest standard of care.
Tobago Carnival Party Catastrophe in Nyland Pool. Trinidad and Tobago Business Chamber Chairman calls for early transport planning. And the Tobago shifts hurricane readiness into high gear. Good evening, I'm Natalia Nancy Montrishard. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Tuesday, 28th October 2025. Now to our top story. The curtain may have closed on Tobago's carnival celebrations, but the drama continued this past weekend after a popular glass-bottom boat, the Rush Hour Tours, sank unexpectedly in the famous Nyland Pool during a chartered party trip. No serious injuries were reported, largely due to the shallow nature of the location. Reporter Jewel Queen George has the details.
owner, Sherwin Melville, confirmed the vessel was chartered by Trinidadian promoters for a 4-hour party cruise that began at Pigeon Point. While the boat left the jetty with a passenger count slightly below its licensed capacity of 65, the situation quickly changed once the vessel anchored at the Nyland Pool, an area renowned for its crystal clear sand-bottomed waters, which are typically only 2 to 3 feet deep. Mr. Melville pointed to an issue of inter-vessel movement and crowd surge, indicating the popular vibe on his boat created a critical overload.
Well, the boat was chartered out on Saturday to go out at 2:30, 3 o'clock for a 4-hour tour party on the boat, chartered by some promoters from Trinidad.
He explained that the Rush Hour Tours was the hub for the event and that the boat carried less than its license to carry, including hosting the bar and the DJ, which drew patrons from other nearby boats.
The boat loaded up on the jetty with the capacity a little less than the license capacity, which is 65. Leave from Pigeon Point and went out on the voyage out to Nyland Pool.
He indicated that patrons left their original boat and came onto his boat, which caused the problem.
The other boats and them that was part of the event parked up beside it. A few moments after, people leaving from there saying their friends over there went in over from boat to boat to boat. Too much people on the boat then.
In a fortunate turn, the renowned Nyland Pool's depth, which averages around 1 to 3 feet, meant the sinking was not catastrophic. The vessel settled on the sandy bottom, allowing all passengers who were adults to simply walk to safety. Mr. Melville was keen to stress that prior safety measures had been observed, including the briefing to passengers and the presence of all required equipment such as life jackets and fire extinguishers.
Yes, well, the captain was well aware and informed the people about the safety we have on board. We have life jackets, we have everything, fire extinguisher, everything was on board. So it wasn't in any danger to say that the tour operators and stuff like that don't put people in danger.
Immediate action saw staff deploy safety equipment before smaller rescue vessels quickly arrived to ferry all passengers safely to shore. The incident highlights the ongoing need for rigorous adherence to maritime capacity rules, especially during high-traffic tourism periods like Carnival, to ensure passenger safety remains the first priority. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, Martin George, praised the success of Tobago Carnival, highlighting its growing impact. He urged the ferry service and Caribbean Airlines to plan ahead for future editions by scheduling additional sailings and flights well in advance. George emphasized that early planning would allow visitors, especially those from abroad, to secure bookings early and enjoy smooth, hassle-free travel to and from Tobago. Here are the details.
Chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, Martin George, applauds the stakeholders and organizers for delivering a highly successful Tobago Carnival once again, noting that the event is well on its way to earning a spot on the international calendar.
From all indications and from the feedback reaching us here at the Tobago Business Chamber, it would appear that the Tobago Carnival event is something which is growing by leaps and bounds, and it is actually on its way to becoming a staple on the international calendar of carnivals. So in other words, it means that folks are going to be booking this and looking forward to it as an annual event.
George noted that despite the remarkable success of the Tobago Carnival, greater attention must be given to inter-island transportation, emphasizing that additional flights and sailings should be scheduled well ahead of the event to meet the demand.
We definitely need the inter-island transport in terms of the ferry and the airline, Caribbean Airlines, to ensure that they put on the extra flights and extra sailings in advance, and these must be put on way in advance. So in other words, if it is that the Tobago Carnival is developing into a product which is generating such interest and, creating opportunities for so many more people to be able to come to Tobago.
Visitors from across the globe, including Germany, Canada, England, and beyond traveled to experience the Tobago Carnival, which highlighted the need for improved inter-island transportation in future editions of the event.
So the thing is, these are people who would need to book and make their arrangements well in advance. It cannot be the last minute knee-jerk reactions we have seen in the past where, a few days before the event, Caribbean Airlines announces additional flights. That's nonsense.
Overall, Mr. George states that the success of the Tobago Carnival continues to showcase the island's growing appeal on the global stage. With improved inter-island transportation and continued collaboration among stakeholders, Tobago is well positioned to cement its place as a premier cultural destination in the Caribbean. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, forecasted by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, to be above normal with up to 90 named storms, has delivered one of the region's most powerful threats, Hurricane Melissa, now a Category 5 monster approaching Jamaica. As our Caribbean neighbors embrace for catastrophic flooding and destructive winds, the Tobago Emergency Management Agency, or TEMA, is emphasizing its heightened state of readiness. Reporter Jewel Green-George has more.
Director Alan Stewart says the experience of past seasons combined with focused resource deployment has positioned the island better than ever to handle a major impact.
Could say with some level of certainty that we are better prepared than we were last year at this time. We have seen the improvement in terms of our manpower, our physical resources, and also infrastructure.
A major focus for TEMA has been scaling up community capacity, driven by the CERT 1,000 Strong initiative. The program, which has already seen hundreds of residents volunteer, builds essential skills in first aid and light search and rescue. This strategy aims to decentralize the initial emergency response, ensuring communities are resilient when professional services may be temporarily overwhelmed.
We embark on CERT 1,000, and that voluntary arm is one of the things that we have strengthened in terms of ensuring that there is tooling, there is training, and the building of capacity at the end of the day, whereby these persons are more assured as to how they can come forward in the event that Tobago is hit by such a category of event.
Director Stewart pointed to continued efforts in community outreach and shelter management, including the recent operationalization of the Speyside CERT Center as evidence of sustained development. While acknowledging that a catastrophic weather event will inevitably bring chaos and infrastructural damage, TEMA remains confident that its increased resources will make the difference in the critical post-impact hours.
Our response to it will be better organized based on the numbers that we have in terms of our volunteers being prepared and trained in order to deal with it.
Preparedness remains paramount as the hurricane season continues. Jewel Green-George, Tobago Updates Television News.
We take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Tobago, Are you ready to light up the night? Join us for the Lambo Credit Union's Moonlight Miles for Diabetes Glow Walk 2025.
On Saturday, November 15th at Cano Bay Nature Resort, we'll walk, glow, and raise awareness for a healthier tomorrow.
From 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends for plenty glow energy.
Registration is just $180 per person, or grab your crew of 5 for only $150 each.
Sign up online or at Lambo Credit Union branches before October 31st.
For more registration and payment details, visit lambocreditunion.com and search Moonlight Miles today.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Over the weekend, Trinidad and Tobago students found themselves stranded in Jamaica as Hurricane Melissa intensified into a Category 5 storm, barreling straight toward the island. The situation is ongoing, with students still in a state of panic, urgently seeking updates on flights and safety measures. Families remain anxious and authorities are monitoring conditions closely, but with the evacuation options limited, uncertainty and fear continue to grip those caught in the hurricane's path. Here are the details.
Students reported that the evacuation flight notice arrived too late, causing many to miss it. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine admitted that he also saw the notice late, but he is doing everything possible to assist them.
A couple of things. One, many of them missed the repatriation flight with Caribbean Airlines because they either did not know about it, or it was announced too late for them to do anything about it, or they did not have the monies to pay for the flights to come home. In fact, I did not even know of the flight until very late either. After I had a conversation with the students on Friday, the Secretary of Education, myself, and Minister Sobers, we had a conversation, and I indicated to him that a lot of our students did not get adequate supplies in Jamaica.
He remains in active contact with the students, closely monitoring their situation and working to ensure they receive the support and guidance needed during this ongoing crisis.
I have been in constant communication with them. In fact, I could share with you the times for communication for as it relates to our university students. My last conversation with them was at 7:18 a.m. this morning. 7:18 a.m., 18 minutes past 7 this morning, and none of those university students, whether on campus or off campus, have flooded out or roofs are gone. So far they are in good stead.
The situation remains tense as Hurricane Melissa approaches. However, the Chief Secretary is actively coordinating support and staying in close contact with the stranded students. Efforts continue to ensure their safety and provide timely assistance amid the unfolding crisis. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
The U.S. military struck 4 vessels in the Eastern Pacific on Monday, killing 14 suspected narco-terrorists and leaving 1 survivor after 3 coordinated attacks. Ordered by President Trump and conducted by the Department of War, U.S. intelligence had linked the crews to designated terrorist organizations and large narcotic shipments. All strikes occurred in international waters. U.S. forces reported no casualties. U.S. Southcom initiated search and rescue efforts, and the Mexican authorities later assumed recovery and care for the lone survivor. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth defended the operation, saying the department will prioritize defending the homeland and treat violent drug networks like terrorist threats. The action marks a marked escalation in U.S. counter-narcotics tactics and underscores concerns about regional security and stability. The government will officially table a motion in Parliament this Friday seeking to extend the current state of emergency, a move officials say is crucial to maintaining national security and public safety. According to sources, the decision follows a thorough assessment of ongoing security challenges affecting key parts of the country. Ministers have emphasized that the extension will provide law enforcement agencies and emergency services with the necessary legal authority to continue operations and respond effectively to potential threats. Opposition leaders have indicated they will scrutinize the proposal closely, highlighting the need to balance security measures with citizens' civil liberties. Parliament is expected to engage in detailed debate, weighing the government's reasoning against concerns about prolonged restrictions. Friday's session will determine the duration and conditions of the SOE impacting governance and daily life nationwide. You're watching the Tobago Updates television news. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At DIGICEL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Tobago, are you ready to light up the night? Join us for the Lambo Credit Union's Moonlight Miles for Diabetes Glow Walk 2025.
On Saturday, November 15th at Cano Bay Nature Resort, we'll walk, glow, and raise awareness for a healthier tomorrow.
From 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends for plenty glow energy.
Registration is just $180 per person, or grab your crew of 5 for only $150 each.
Sign up online or at Lambo Credit Union branches before October 31st.
For more registration and payment details, visit lambocreditunion.com and search Moonlight Miles today.
Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago's food and beverage sector has dodged a critical supply crisis. The National Gas Company, NGC, announced Friday it has quickly secured a vital alternative supply of carbon dioxide, successfully averting a national shortage following the nutrient shutdown at Point Lisas. Here's more.
Fertilizer giant Nutrien's controlled exit this week abruptly cut off the carbon dioxide CO2 stream to Massy Gas Products, the country's main distributor. This caused immediate commercial anxiety for key local manufacturers, particularly in the $2.5 billion TT annual food and beverage export industry, where CO2 is essential for aerated drinks and other processed items. To neutralize the threat, NGC negotiated a prompt arrangement with the Proman Group to supply an equivalent volume of CO2. Crucially, Proman has committed to maintaining the pricing structure previously offered by Nutrien, eliminating the risk of immediate cost inflation for consumers. Engineering work for the new pipeline connections is being fast-tracked by the Point Lisas Industrial Port Development Company, Plibdeco. The system was expected to be fully commissioned yesterday, Monday, October 27th. Massey has confirmed adequate existing stock to cover the transition, ensuring continuity. NGC lauded the local cooperation, noting it was key to safeguarding the nation's essential industrial supply. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
Tobago creative Stuart Fortuné is making history. His cinematic audiobook, From Ibadan to Heliard, is under consideration for a nomination at the 2026 Grammy Awards. Yet, Fortuné is using this global spotlight not for celebration, but to sound an urgent alarm about what he calls the systematic neglect of the nation's creative sector. Reporter Jewel Green George has more.
Fortuné's novella, a dramatic non-fiction-rooted reimagining of the Yoruba journey from enslavement to independence, has been elevated to a national cultural asset, permanently added to both the President's Residence Library and the Nallis Heritage Library. However, it is the sophisticated audiobook adaptation that has captured the attention of the Recording Academy. From Ibadan to Heliard audiobook, a 3-hour and 20-minute production, features a cast of regional voice actors and award-winning sound design, positioning it as a powerful contender in the 2026 Best Audiobook Narration and Storytelling Recording category.
It's a fully immersive, fully cinematic, dramatized audiobook. And it is actually up for the Grammy, the Best Audiobook category for 2026.
The author, who is also the marketing director of the Trinidad and Tobago Writers Guild, is using his profile to critique the lack of strategic focus on the creative sector, arguing that the orange economy can be a powerful export industry.
And I mean, I always knew, because of the team I was putting together, I knew it would have been a high quality product. The sound designer, Naveed Lancaster, he's already an international award-winning sound designer.
In an official press release, Fortuné stated, and we quote, "Trinidad and Tobago's creative class is brimming with talent. What we lack isn't creativity, it's vision. The creative sector has the potential to be one of our most powerful export industries, but it needs the same strategic focus and resourcing afforded to energy, finance, or tourism," end quote. He asserts his goal is to generate and inject US $1 billion into the economy over the next decade through creative enterprise. Foreign exchange the nation sorely needs. Yet, Fortuné laments the bureaucratic runaround he and his peers face when trying to access available grant funding.
It really is like laying on a blueprint as to what is possible for creatives. So ever since my project has come out, and it's been the audiobook specifically, has been getting the attention it's been getting.
The novella's content, which delves into pivotal cultural and historical events, offers a reminder of the foundational struggles that shaped the nation, including the creation of the steel pan.
So they're going through the whole, the sugar harvest riots, and then the Camberley, and all the different historical events, the steel pan creation story, all the characters, the real people that play the roles.
The final Grammy nominees will be announced on November 7th. Regardless of the outcome, Fortuné's achievement has laid down a clear marker. The quality of Trinidad and Tobago's creative output is world-class, but policy must catch up to potential. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Every day, we bring you closer to the issues that matter most. For our social media poll today, we asked, if Trinidad and Tobago were to experience a hurricane within the next 24 hours, would you and your family be prepared? 20% of respondents voted yes, while 80% voted no. Remember, your voice counts too. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. The weather report is up next.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Tobago, are you ready to light up the night? Join us for the Lambo Credit Union's Moonlight Miles for Diabetes Glow Walk 2025.
On Saturday, November 15th at Cano Bay Nature Resort, we'll walk, glow, and raise awareness for a healthier tomorrow.
From 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends for plenty glow energy.
Registration is just $180 per person, or grab your crew of 5 for only $150 each.
Sign up online or at Lambo Credit Union branches before October 31st.
For more registration and payment details, visit lambocreditunion.com and search Moonlight Miles today.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Welcome back. Now for a look at the weather update from the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight will be initially fair, becoming increasingly cloudy as the night progresses, with a few light to moderate showers possible. There is a low to medium chance of isolated thunderstorm activity, mainly after midnight, favoring eastern onshore and nearshore regions. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be around 24 degrees Celsius at Piaco and 26 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. Tomorrow, conditions will be generally hot and sunny, interrupted at times by increased cloud cover and isolated showers. There is a medium chance of isolated afternoon thunderstorms, which may bring gusty winds, street or flash flooding in areas prone to heavy rainfall. The maximum temperature tomorrow is expected to reach around 32 degrees Celsius at Piaco and 32 degrees Celsius at Crown Point, with the heat index rising to near 39 degrees Celsius and 38 degrees Celsius respectively during sunny periods. Seas will be moderate, with waves between 1.5 and 2 meters in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. A hazardous seas alert yellow level will be in effect from tomorrow, as conditions in open waters are expected to become rough at times. The public is advised to exercise caution in rough seas and remain alert for gusty winds and localized flooding during heavier showers or thunderstorms. Sunrise tomorrow is at 5:56 a.m. and sunset is at 5:44. Here's a recap of the headlines. Tobago Carnival Party Catastrophe in Nyland Pool. Trinidad and Tobago Business Chamber Chairman calls for early transport planning. And Tobago ships hurricane readiness into high gear. I'm Natalie Nancis Montrichet. Thank you so much for joining us and have a good night.